Hey guys, it's Mike from the Show Outdoors. If you're an adventure rider, Garmin's been keeping a big secret from us. For years they've had the Zumo and the Zumo XT and the XT2 model out in the market targeting motorcyclists. But recently they've come out with the Tread unit. The Tread unit is really targeting off-road vehicles like Jeeps and side-by-sides and other off-road vehicles, but it's really great for adventure riding. The Garmin Tread unit comes loaded with premium features, and it includes all the mapping that you find in the Zumo XT or the XT2 model. However, what you're gaining with this model, and it's a huge advantage for adventure riders, is the preloaded mapping of the USFS, so the United States Forestry Service's roads and trails. As an example, if you've ever downloaded or ridden a BDR, so one of the backcountry discovery routes that group's doing a great job with, if you've downloaded a BDR, and you'll know that many of the routes use to a great extent many of the forestry or fire roads that are out there. And so with all of those roads pre-mapped in this Tread unit, it's very easy to see the BDR and follow the BDR. Unlike if you have track points or waypoints that you have to follow, it becomes a little bit more difficult with that method. So following a BDR on this unit, super easy, very nicely done. The other piece that I like is that if you want to venture off like my buddies and I like to do on the BDR sometimes and just explore some of the other forestry roads, you can do that and then easily find your way back onto the BDR itself. Other premium mapping features for this Tread unit that make it unique and ideal for adventure riding, and by the way, this is the Tread base unit, are features like the inclusion of snowmobile trails and dedicated ATV trails. A great feature too is that it also shows the difficulty level for those different trail systems. The unit, as you're riding along, you'll also notice that it shows the boundaries between public and private land, so hugely helpful when you're in areas that you're not familiar with. And one feature that always puts a smile on my face, if we have time, we use it. When you're out in the middle of nowhere, you're out on a trail system that you're not familiar with, you can hit home or you can pick another destination where you want to go to, but you can pick the level of adventure riding, so off-road riding, that you want included in your mapping or your route home. So it's great fun. When we have time, we always do it. And typically, you can pick the percentage of off-roading that you want. We'll typically pick 90 or 100%, and it will do its very best to meet those standards or that percentage of off-road riding on your route back to your destination. So moving over to the bike, you'll notice that I like to run the Tread unit in the portrait mode. Down here at the bottom of the screen, you'll see the bike icon or the rider icon. And with the Tread unit being in the portrait mode, it gives me much more line of sight to what's ahead of me, whether it be road, fire road, or trail system. So I usually run portrait mode, particularly when I'm out adventure riding, versus landscape mode. Also, this unit is glove friendly, and it does pair up with any inReach device. I happen to run the Garmin 66i, so pairing up, you can go to the inReach. That's the owner's manual. Go to the inReach, and you can now operate the 66i or your inReach device from your Tread unit. So if I wanted to track my time and my route, I could just hit the start button, and you'll see that the timer starts, and it's also doing a mapping on the 66i. And if in the unfortunate event you had an SOS, you could either SOS here on the side of the 66i, or you could press the SOS button here on the Garmin Tread. So we're going to cancel that because we don't need help right now, but I do have that subscription, and I think that that's absolutely a must for any rider, particularly if you're out there riding by yourself. The Tread unit also enables other premium functionality that is really geared toward off-roading. This is a group ride radio made by Garmin, and if you buy this when you buy your Tread unit, it's roughly $200 USD. And if you buy it after the fact like I did, it's another $100, so $300 USD. However, by adding this to your Tread unit, you're really increasing the functionality twofold. One, you're able to track up to 20 riders, their location on your GPS, on your Tread unit as you're riding. And the second piece is communication. So much like the old CB radio, you're able to communicate, and Garmin is saying that the communication distance is roughly anywhere from a mile to a mile and a half. And in some open areas like out west and the desert and sand areas, we're hearing reports of 5-6 miles that they're able to communicate. Here where we ride in the Northeast, there's a lot of wooded area, And when we rely on Bluetooth to Bluetooth within helmets, we're lucky to get up to a half a mile of coverage. However, with this, we're hoping for a mile to maybe a mile and a half, particularly when we have a more open area that we're riding. Some basic points about the Tread. This is the same size unit or screen size, 5.5-inch screen, as the Zumo XT and the XT2. It also has a very bright screen, so when you're out in the sunlight, there's no issue seeing it. This unit syncs up with your phone, so if you want to see some of the functionality that comes with the phone, you can get the weather forecast, you can see the radar if you want, and much of the other functionality that you would expect when you sync up with your phone. The one downfall or downside of this unit is that if you're not connected to power, so many times we're out riding the ATV, so I'll pull this unit off the 890, I'll put it over on the ATV. I don't have it hot wired at this point, and so without hardwired power, this unit on 100% bright will last somewhere between 60 and 90 minutes. So that's somewhat limiting. I suggest, and I'll be doing this on our ATVs, I'll be hardwiring them. So I suggest if you plan to use it, make sure that you hardwire the unit. So guys, this Garmin Tread unit has made adventure riding so much more enjoyable for me. I'm able to venture off the beaten path with much greater confidence, knowing that the fire roads, the forest roads, the trail systems are in this GPS, not just with breadcrumbing or track points or waypoints. So this is the big secret that Garmin's been keeping from us. So I think that this is ideal. It's perfect for adventure riding. Yes, it's great for off-roading, for Jeeps and side-by-sides and so on, but we do the same thing on adventure bikes. So this is a great unit. If you have any experience with the Garmin Tread, please leave a note in the comments below. I'd really appreciate seeing them. And also, I'll add a link in the description that shows the different attributes of the GPS unit. So you'll be able to see how this unit compares to the other Garmin units, and very specifically how it compares to the Zumo XT and the XT2. As always, thanks for watching.